Welcome back, fishing friends, to another adventure. All right, guys, I'm at one of my local lakes here. Look at that, super cool, absolutely gorgeous morning. On Christmas break, I gotta tell you, I work with some great people, such a great crew, and man, I'm excited for the break. So we're gonna see what we can catch. I'm gonna be testing lures again. The water is really shallow, but on this big lake here, hopefully we'll be able to catch something. Hey, if you're new to the channel, my name's Alan. Thanks for hanging out with me. I make fishing videos. I make some other videos from now and then, here and there type stuff, but mostly fishing. And I'm just thankful I'm out here today. I've been battling this horrendous infection, some kind of a flu, COVID, I don't know what it is, but I've kind of been in bed the last couple of days just resting. But you know how it is, can't stay away from fishing. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a Senko. It's kind of hard to determine the depths. You got a big hole here, then you can kind of see a stump there where it's shallow, and then out here it's just hit and miss. So I call this a Senko, but this Yum Dinger, 6-inch, and I've got this one on the Lose Mach 2, and I'm just gonna pitch it around and see if I can get something. It's a little breezy, but oh yeah, I feel a little bit of cabbage there. It's a little breezy, but it feels pretty good. Temperature's like in the low 40s. I noticed I started stocking trout in a lot of the local ponds around the North Texas area, so I may have to figure out where some are coming in near me, and then I can go try to catch them. Oh yeah, that looks good in the water. You can kind of see where the water level usually is, up along those banks there where it cuts it out. So over the break now, I'm going to be sorting through tackle, evaluating tackle. And guys, I got to tell you that my lipless crankbait collection is getting bigger and bigger. I just love them. Some of them I've been putting single hooks on some of the ooh, I thought I had a bite there. On some of the blade baits I've been putting single hooks on. So we're gonna be throwing some lipless stuff. I want to throw this little Senko around for sure, this little Yum Dinger. So with this, I've got 15-pound braid to a 15-pound leader, and I just flip it out there, let it slow fall. It's rigged weedless, and then I just kind of watch a line, let it sit there, then I'll pop it, count to 7 or 8, and then just do that over and over. See if we can get hooked up. Yeah, I'm not sure what in the heck I caught, but dang. I know a bunch of the kids at school had caught a lot of stuff. There's been like this crazy pneumonia going around. COVID, flu, strep throat, but somewhere, one of those I caught. I didn't go to the doctor to get it checked out. You know how that goes. I was like, I'll just deal with it. All right, so we're gonna keep pitching this around. All right, guys, I was throwing a bunch of weedless stuff, punching through the mats, all through here, over there, nothing. I threw the MEPS with a spark shad on it. I threw the blade bait, both sizes, nothing. So now I've just got the little crappie rig out. Not much going on. It's such a beautiful day too. I'm right on the end of this point, and so I should be catching some fish no matter what I'm throwing. There we have a little action finally. Something popped over there. I threw a creature bait, kind of a craw. And man, I never really throw craws, or not craws, lizards. And that thing's a lot of fun, but no takers. It's kind of like an EWG hook with a weight on the end of it, so you can punch through stuff. So I threw that for a while, no takers. So now I'm just kind of jigging this little homemade hair jig. Just kind of popping it along. Look at that. No, there's only one boat I can see on the lake way out there. Wind's not bad today. We just need the fish. For me, the fish are always biting, is what I'm thinking. You just got to get them what they want. Yeah, just so peaceful. I'm punching, or not punching, but I'm tossing this in between these little weed areas. I'm kind of jigging it through. Hopefully we'll get some big bluegill in here too. So hopefully we'll get something. All right, guys, on the rattle trap way the heck out there. It's this little sunfish looking pattern. I moved over to this side, down in this area here. Let's check it out. Looks like a little bass. Boy, he just smoked it. Check that out. It's good stuff. It's got his winter colors. Not very big. Here he goes. Okay guys, check this out. So this front hook up here, I snap that off and it helps keep it, I don't want to say weedless, but it works really well. Check out that color pattern on that. That thing is awesome. So I've been testing lures. I've been hitting right along the grass here and then out in there, and I just let it fall, and then I tighten it up and just pull it so it vibrates. Then I just kind of yo-yo it. And then just keep doing that. I was over by the dock over there where that family is. Nothing going on. And then the first spot on that point, oh, I was disappointed, just nothing was going. All right, so a little bit of cabbage here, but more wrapped around the nose of it than anything. So it's like this flat in here, and then it drops off, and the fish just love to come cruising in for an easy meal. If you never used the rattle traps or the cotton cordell red spots or whatever they call those, man, you gotta try them out. Lipless crankbaits, so to speak. But the other one I threw for a little bit was this Berkeley Click and Fritzide. Oh, those are the new ones I'm going to start collecting, I think. Those are so cool. All right, there's a little bit of cabbage here. Yeah, that Fritzide's like a little square bill. That was a lot of fun to throw. I was digging in and picking up a lot of cabbage, though. I don't know what the color pattern on this or what the size is. It's not the full size rattle trap. It's like that next one down. And it's not a mini. There we go, right on the edge of the weeds there. Come on, something's got to be in there. Dang. I think I got hung up a little bit because it's not running right. Ooh. Somebody's Learjet. That time I didn't want it to sink too low, so I brought it back really quick, hoping I could draw something out of the weeds in there, but nobody's home. The vibration this thing puts off has just got to... I mean, fish has just got to be able to pick this thing up. It's got a good knock in there, the BBs. And this color just looks really good in the water. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in there. It's good stuff. Looks like a little green sunfish. All right, guys, here we got some campsites. My bushcraft buddies wouldn't dare camp in an actual little camp spot like that. They'd be back in the woods somewhere. All right, we're gonna check this point out. Man, it is so calm. Look at the islands. Ooh, you can see a bunch of geese out there on the little sandbar between them. So I don't know what the depth is here. Boy, it is low. One time I was here and this whole thing was underwater, clear up to the parking lot. Oh, interesting. How am I gonna get down? Take the, oh man. Hang on a second. Boy, it's flat for seemingly ever out there. Good grief, I could wade out there about 100 yards or so. Do you guys see that? Jeez Louise. Nope, no fish in here. I don't know if you could hear me. I was wheezing from this dang cold that I'm getting over. Look at that. Gosh, you could wade way out there. All right, there's the dam way far out there. You can't really see it. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to fish the other side of the dam. All right, so we're gonna get out of this area. This is a no-go. Let's go check out another spot. All right, guys, we're heading back to where we started. There's Mr. Woodpecker jumping around in the tree there. This little point, ducks are hanging out in here. I remember fishing in here when the water was all the way up, right along these trees right here. You could just pick off bluegill one right after another. There's that decent hole. I don't know why I couldn't catch anything in here earlier. Man, it looks great. Well, we're gonna try it again. Look at that coyote tracks. You see him right there? Down here looking for a meal. All right. We're going to start with the old rattle trap. Let's get these down here. All right. Let's find our perch right here. Look how juicy this is. How in the heck was nothing here earlier? Crazy. Should have never left this spot. Ah, now I remember why. The cabbage is a little thick down there. Oh well. There's fatties down there. On my way over here, I saw these kids that were fishing back over by the dock, and they said they caught a little catfish and then a drum. They were using night crawlers way out there. They were casting pretty deep. I just need a nice bass just to come up and just crush this thing. Come on. There we go. Yeah, we had some rain 2 days ago. Actually, it was pretty decent rain. So we need some more. Quite a bit more. I remember in 2015 was a year that was a 100-year flood. Everything here was just, they couldn't have the dams running open, wide open enough. I mean, it was crazy. The Red River was, as you cross into Texas to Oklahoma, up here, up by Gainesville where I was teaching, it was like up to the bridge. So when I was first trying to scope out fishing holes, and I was like, dang, man, there's water everywhere here. It was when I first moved to this part of the state, and I was like, dang, it rains all the time. Because I'd been in Amarillo where it was so arid. You know, we get decent snows, but sometimes we get those 100-year rains in Amarillo in June. Throw right into a patch of cabbage. I think so. Dang it. Yep. Yeah, so we definitely need rain. Normally right where I'm standing is way underwater. What was that? Sounded like a bobcat was squealing. Okay, I gotta find the edge of that weed bed. Nope, I'm in the weed bed. Dang it. Over just a little bit more to the left. I need to get right on the edge of that. Whew. Yeah, I can hear the bluegill smacking over in there. All right, let's find our sweet spot. Too far to the left, maybe? Nope, it's clean right there. Right in between those two trees on the far bank is what I'm looking at for my little measuring stick. For my little spot there. All right, guys, one more cast here, then we may move to a different location again. I mean, I have worked this thing and worked this thing. Different lures again, back to this rattle trap, and I just can't get anything to hit in here. I even tried the Senko again. So much fun to throw these things. I'm just doing the yo-yoing, and then I just kind of stop. Then I do like a little slow retrieve. Yeah, that looks just like a little bluegill down there. I'm gonna have to track down some more of this. I gotta figure out what this color is called. See if I can track down some more of it. It's like a little green sunfish. If you guys know what that is, drop a comment below what that color is. Looks like sunfish, green sunfish, bluegill, perch. It's definitely not a shad because it didn't have the dot on there. Yeah, that thing just looks so cool. Whew. Deadly. I keep saying one more cast, and I keep firing them out there. Oh my gosh, guys. Yeah, we may pick this up tomorrow morning. I gotta go to, I'm gonna go to this other spot below the dam. I hadn't been there in years, and I don't think there's much water coming out, if any. But I've got some blue catfish down there, and it's kind of a contained area. Not very deep for sure now, but still very fishable. My brother caught a monster bass on a spinnerbait the last time we were there. I think on a Senko I got a bass. Then I caught a whole bunch of sunfish. I'm out at the Buffalo Hole today, guys, hopefully to catch some fish. Testing out some new gear, some lures, that kind of stuff. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate all the support. So it's a nice, kind of warm, muggy morning out here. I disturbed a lot of the waterfowl when I showed up. But anyway, it's kind of muddy. We got some nice rains yesterday, which was fantastic. So what am I going to be using today? Well, only one other time for about 2 weeks and only 3 or 4 casts did I ever use a bait caster. So part of the Black Friday stuff, I got this St. Croix Bass X rod, 6'6" casting rod, and I was able to pick up a Quantum Vapor to pair with it. Now, I don't know much of anything about casting rods, so this is going to be an adventure. I got a little Nico craw on here, kind of cool. So we're gonna do some maiden voyage stuff with this and see what we can come up with. So we're here to test it out. So we're gonna see what I can come up with this. As I was saying, it's a beautiful morning, kind of muggy. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate everybody's support, guys. It is so much fun to be able to make videos, post them, because they're like a little diary for me, you know. And that's something I really enjoy doing. Go back and look at them, see what's going on. relive those moments. Ooh, I thought for a minute there I had a little thump. So this is like 15-pound braid to a 12-pound fluorocarbon leader. I've got just a little football head jig on it. It's just a little Nico. Yeah, little bit of a bird's nest, not bad. Not too bad. All that is just practice. Pretty smooth overall. Everybody's wondering here in the North Texas area, is there a chance for a white Christmas? No, never. Especially this year. Ooh, what do we have over here? We got some stuff crawling. Stuff crawling, we had stuff bubbling. So I got my other rods here too, so we'll be testing some stuff out. Nothing on the Nico, guys, so I switched to a Senko. Yeah, I like casting this, pretty cool. I think this one I'm going to switch to a mono instead of a braid. I don't have just a pure mono. I don't have just a pure mono setup. Got a whole bunch of lures to test today. Some more reliables I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna throw the Rapala Countdown minnow today for sure. Alright guys, we're hooked up on a little mini rattle trap. Gotta be careful here. Ooh boy, he slammed that. He just came up and hammered it. Check that out. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Man, it's a nice fish. Check it out, guys. There we go. Beautiful fish. Let's get him back in the water. There he goes. Just right in here close. Excuse me. Let me show you what I was using. Just this little orange rattle trap mini by Bill Lewis. And he just came in and just hammered the heck out of it. Weird, I had just been pitching the Senko through there, you know, right through here. Nothing. Just you never know what it is that they're gonna want. And the craw, I was pitching the craw through there too. Look at that. Stuff's busting on the surface out there. Are those crappie? See right there's another little group of them. Maybe it's bugs. Alright guys, on this one, I've got the 5-foot micro ugly stick with, I think there's 6-pound, maybe 4-pound line, I think, on this. I can't remember if I swapped it out. I've never really thrown the minis before, maybe once or twice. So this is one of the lures I want to test today. It's in this little red kind of craw color. There's some other, ooh, yep, those are little minnows. Because when that thing hit the water, boy, they all jumped. Where are the crappie? I need to get my little countdown minnow. Let me switch to that, guys. Be right back. All right, guys, I got my little Rapala countdown minnow. I'm going to cast it right into that little ball. And then I just let it sink. There's different ones popping up around. Little clusters of them. What? This one got caught on the line. Jeez Louise, for crying out loud. Perfectly placed, and it does that. Now I can't see the little group of them. Oh, there they are, straight ahead. Come on. Nothing should be hung up here. Jeez Louise. There we go. Oh, right there. Perfect. I felt the pop, guys. Dang it all. Dang it. I had a nice thump. I didn't bring my little crappie thunder stick with me today. Check that out. There's a whole swirl right there. Did you see that? Boy, the wakes were coming through. Jeez Louise. There's no wind out here, so they were just zipping along. Well, we'll keep casting and hopefully we'll get something. There's a tree right over there. Beavers have been gnawing on it. That's new. It looks like fresh cuttings down there. Maybe because they're wet then. It looks like fresh cuttings. Huh. Just pitching around a chatterbait. It's a jackhammer. And I love putting these little exo sticks from Biospawn. I trim them and they make such a great trailer. Adds a little bit of weight and some stability. It already has the flash. Just gives it a little bit more of a beefy profile. The blade is going to provide the attractant to it, but that tail is phenomenal. Those exo sticks are pretty good for wacky rigging too. They've got like a scent in them and they're kind of a weird design. So this one's green pumpkin. You can kind of see the ridges in there. Good stuff. Man, I would just love to have something just clock this. I kind of left that area alone over there where that bass came in on my little steel shad. So I'm going to go back over there and try to bomb this through there and see if I can get his attention. There's something popped over there. There's some big fish in here, guys. The gar that I've seen in here, last time I hooked a gar in here was on a little gulp minnow this big. It was on that side over there, kind of where that tree is. The water was way low, And you had that whole, there was a huge bank you could work. And I was just pitching through there on a little ultralight micro rig, micro fishing, and just boom, crushed it. Got him up on the bank, and then he freaked out, and then he came off, and I couldn't get him. I was all awkward trying to deal with his teeth and his nose with a long nose gar. Yeah, these jackhammers, you pay some money for them, but man, they're good. They're like 16 to 19 bucks a pop, but on eBay there was a guy selling them, a lot of them, like a LOT lot, and they came out to about $10.50 a piece. And I was like, oh, I gotta get them. This is where that bass was hanging out. God, this thing is just phenomenal in the water. I need that big old boy to come in and crush it. It might have been the same bass that we had before. Come on. Nope, just a little bit of cabbage. All right, guys, just right here along the bank on the spinner bait. Ooh, it's a decent bass. Let's check it out. Just a little white spinner bait with a trailer on there. That's one of those big bite baits, little kamikaze trailers. Check them out, nice fish. There we go. Buckeye, I think, is the brand that makes that jig right there, double willow. Just right in here along the bank, pow! And he just ran with it, and I let him take it. Yep, double willow. Super nice. I love that white and gray, a little bit of green. For spinners, I always like white or blacks. I don't mind chartreuse sometimes, but definitely like the white. And those blades kick off such a nice way. Oh, did this thing get hung up? There we go. Oop, it did get hung up. What's the deal here? There we go. I don't throw the spinner as much as I used to. When I was a kid, that was my go-to pike lure, everything lure. It's just awesome. And then, you know, MEPS, I still throw the MEPS all the time. I've thrown the MEPS here for a little bit. And so I just didn't really throw the spinner that much. There's a wake right there, right in front of me. Right there. Dang it, I probably spooked him. I didn't get it far enough past him. looks just phenomenal in the water. If I wasn't so lazy, I'd just walk the bank and just throw it all along there. It'd be a good workout, get some of this lard off. The thing is, the mud is so nasty down in there. I got my fishing boots on, but I'd be slipping and sliding. It'd be good to get the lard off. Guys, on the lard report, I've lost quite a bit of weight, so I'm real proud of that. Just got to keep it going. Still at the back end getting over this stupid chest cold I had, so I don't know if walking the bank would, I think that'd be a little too much for me. But I am walking this side quite a bit. Dang, that looks just epic in the water. So the little trailer Bass Pro has a little Cajun twin tail that really is the best. I think old Haute Defoe throws that, but this little Kamikaze twin tail by Big Bite Baits isn't bad either. I don't want anything too big. I don't like putting paddle tails on spinners or chatterbaits of this type, because I want it just to have it just super smooth in the water. Now my modified MEPs, I don't mind putting a paddle tail on them, and we've seen that that's worked out great. But I probably could put one of those other trailers on the MEPs. It'd work just fine. So in this one, this is my little Lew's Mach 2 with the Lew's Speed Spin 300, and on this I've got 15-pound braid with a 12-pound fluorocarbon leader. The other thing I want to switch to is the Ned rig. And just bomb the heck out of it. I don't fish the Ned rig nearly enough. A lot of times, you know, when I go out fishing, I'm limited on time. So I'm like, well, I want to use my usual good stuff. MEPs, the tube, the this, the that. Sometimes I'll experiment, but you don't see a lot of that in the footage. But that's probably one of my most relaxing and favorite things to do, is test the lures. I'm in such a... When that thing hit, all the bait fish had just jumped out of the water. Such a high-stress job that a lot of times just to get in and just chill out. And testing lures is just so relaxing. Now for a YouTube video, it's like watching paint dry, but the dieharders wouldn't care, they'd still watch. I appreciate all the viewers, and I really like those diehard ones. They'll send me a message from time to time, hey, try this, try that. That's where I get a lot of the ideas, is from some of the guys. Guys, if you never used a rattle trap consistently, you got to do it. It's so much fun. Some of these old school things are just great. Just get out there and bomb them and have fun with them. The thing is, if it gets snagged, so what? There's some... I don't want to say they're super cheap. I mean, they are cheap, but man, the risk reward is worth it. And if you lose one, strap on another one. So many different color variants. The shad ones, like this fathead minnow, there's a couple of perch ones. And Cotton Cordell has the... Ooh! Was that a strike on there? Dang it, guys. How did he not... What happened? Golly. Anyway, what I was saying is that Cotton Cordell has got the rattle spot, the super spot. So different companies make them, but there's just such a great lipless crankbait. I got a collection of these now. I don't know how many I've got, like maybe 20. And so when I get a chance, I just go through and test the colors. And right now I've been using like a silver one, and then this fathead minnow one is just great. So I'm just kind of bombing it around. The next thing I want to use is a little flipping jig, a little finesse jig, a Beast Coast. Toss that around. And of course, I've been talking about the Ned rig now for like 30 minutes. I'm just having too much fun throwing this. I was throwing the mini ones earlier to see if I could catch some crappie, and they weren't interested. Maybe in a few minutes, a little bit later, I'll try again. Some pretty good results today with stuff. I was happy with the testing that I was doing. Man, for some reason, I just want to bomb the middle, thinking that all the fish just kind of hang out there, and then they spread out along the edges, and it's just, I know there's some big ones in here, and I'm thinking that they all hang out in the middle. Man, it's just so peaceful out here. I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thanks for hanging out with me as I was testing more lures and just enjoying fishing. I don't know if you guys can see him, but right through there, thousands of snow geese, and this dude on a bike just spooked them. There's Ross's geese in there too. It's pretty cool. You know how it is, tourists, they always spook everything. Alright guys, hiking back to the truck. That's pretty cool.